right. Well, thanks everyone for coming out to the Art Museum today. It seems that must have been a contest on how many microphones you could fit on one podium. I'm not sure who won, but it seems so far the record is 5, maybe? Anyways, we'll go ahead and get started. So we're here to really show off another exhibit at the museum called the American Art Deco. It's Deco, right? So the Wichita Art Museum will present an exhibition of 140 plus iconic artworks, decorative art, painting, sculptures, and more that epitomize the historical movement of the American experience. So fans of the 20s and Art Deco era will not want to miss this. And here to tell us more is Dr. Patricia McDonald, who's the head of the museum.
Yeah.
Director, right?
Yes, Director of the Art Museum. Welcome back, Mayor Whipple. We love having you here. The Wichita Art Museum brings the whole world of art to our city, to Wichita, and we're super excited. This weekend we're opening a new major exhibition called American Art Deco from 1919 to 1939. Everybody loves Art Deco. I've been a huge fan forever, and Art Deco is having a revival moment. Those of you who get different magazines or catalogs, gosh, I've been seeing all sorts of Art Deco imagery, sort of revival in today's designs. Anyway, this is a big loan show. There are 140 works of art in it. It's an exhibition that was organized as a collaboration regionally. The Joslin Art Museum that's in Omaha and the Nelson Atkins Museum of Art that's in Kansas City came together to collaborate to organize this show, and the works in the exhibition, it's nice for folks to know, also come from this Midwest region. Our Wichita Art Museum has 6 artworks that are in the show. So it's paintings and sculptures and photographs and drawings. And Art Deco was also brought into what we call applied design. So it's radios and clocks and dinnerware and car hood ornaments and cocktail shakers, lots of different things. Art Deco was a huge vogue starting really just after the First World War, so that's why the starting date is 1919, really until, starting at the end of the First World War until the start of the Second World War. And it's geometrical lines and very sleek style that, quite clean. So rather than curves or swoops and ornamentation and pretty heavy patterning, Art Deco took a different turn. There's great angularity, and this angularity conveyed a break from the past, a break from the Victorian past, and it evoked the modern times. There's a really wonderful author Gertrude Stein quoted that really the 21st century started after the First World War. So Art Deco conveys that. And it hit right as globally we were now mass producing, we were able to mass produce products for home conveniences. Both more people were able to afford these things, and just with technology we were able to mass produce things like refrigerators. Not ice boxes, refrigerators, and vacuum cleaners, and electric irons, not a heated iron from the stove. So those two then as brand new household projects were embraced Art Deco, and you'll see some of that in this exhibition. So I think, Mayor Whipple, that folks in Wichita are really going to love this show. And our team here at the Art Museum is stretching themselves. We're doing an incredible job. The environment in the gallery is also crazy Art Deco. So it's the artwork, but it's also the gallery environment that I think people are really going to enjoy. We live in such a wonderful city. And people in the city want good for their neighbors and citizens. And so we have wonderful patrons who step forward to help us with the money to be able to bring such an important show to Wichita. I'm not going to read all their names. We have well over 35 people who've contributed to make this American Art Deco happen here, but I do want to call out the Latner Family Foundation, the Judy Slauson Family Exhibition Fund that's here at the Art Museum, the DeVore Foundation, Emprise Bank, Charles Baker, David and Rynthia Mitchell, Jan and Steve Randall, and clearly many, many more. It's wonderful in our city that we have people who are willing to be so generous, so that we have such incredible art that we bring to citizens. All the exhibitions and everything that we do is supported by the City of Wichita. We are a public-private partnership, and the Friends of the Wichita Art Museum support all of our exhibition programming, and the Paula and Barry Downing Foundation also support all our public programs. So it's going to be a super hit. I think there's going to be a snowball effect. People are going to come. They're going to go home. They're going to be so excited about it. They're going to tell their neighbors and their families. So we invite Wichita to come see these wonders at the museum. This is, it opens this weekend and it continues until May 29th. So long run all through the spring here at your Wichita Art Museum.
Thank you, Doctor. I think it's going to be well-received exhibition. I look forward to getting a sneak peek of it after this. So next thing we're going to talk about is the progression over our Evergreen Community Center. Since February is really a month of openings for the city, the Evergreen Community Center and the library will open for service at 10 a.m. on Monday, February 14th. The facility in Wichita's North End will bring together essential community services all under one roof to better serve our residents. So some of the things that the new facility will have, we'll be opening the Evergreen Branch Library, the Evergreen Neighborhood Resource Center, which also houses the nonprofit group Empower Evergreen, Wichita Hispanic Education Development Foundation, the Kansas Department of Children and Families will have an office there, also the Wichita Police Department, and the Metropolitan Area Building and Construction Department will be housed there as well. So it'll be a grand opening celebration will be planned for later this spring, but we are excited that the growth of this community center and also it being pretty much a one-stop shop for folks who are looking for these services. So just look forward to that grand opening. So with that, we're going to end with a discussion about meter rates. Finally, some residents may soon see a slight adjustment in their March water bill. In order to streamline our water meter reading and billing, we have implemented a new read route in many areas, which could change the billing cycle for some customers. So here to tell us more about this is Penny Fest from our Wichita Public Works Department. So Penny? I'm sure I say your last name wrong, so I apologize.
That's okay, it's Feist, everybody does. So good morning. As the mayor said, we are working to improve the way we collect the water meter information that is used to populate the water bills. And this looks like a complete redesign of the meter reading routes. So the number of routes that we have today is 361, and through this redesign, we're reducing that to 233. This will improve our process by requiring fewer labor hours to complete the same amount of work. We'll be able to get the same amount of work done by driving less vehicle miles, which we know is not only good for the pocketbook, but also good for the environment. And there will be less time between when the water is used and when the water is billed. So this will help customers keep a closer eye on their water usage. If they have any leaks or questions, they'll be able to refer back maybe a week or two instead of 3 to 4 weeks. What this also means is that if a customer moves from one route to another, they may notice a couple of one-time changes on the bill that's mailed in March. So the first thing that's going to be most obvious is if there's more days in the billing period. So typical water bills are for 28 to 32 days, whereas customers impacted by this change could be billed for more than 32 days. A typical residential household uses about $1 to $2 a day in water, and so if there's, for example, 5 more days in the billing period, this could be $5 to $10 more on the bill that they receive in March. It's important to note that this isn't a fee, this is not a rate increase, it's simply more days in the billing period than what is typical. So another change is the day that you receive the bill might change, which would in turn change when the bill is due. So this is a one-time change again for the bill that's mailed in March, and after that the billing period should return to normal and the new due date will carry forward. Customers who are expected to be the most impacted will be mailed a postcard next week describing these changes and providing more resources and more information. We currently have some information on our website, which is wichita.gov/water rates.
All right, thank you. So auto pay accounts will automatically change to reflect the changes of the new due date. Again, most changes are expected to be minimal, but if changes cause you any hardship, staff can work with you on a payment plan or connect you to payment resources. So again, please reach out to our staff if it becomes an issue, and you can learn more by calling 316-265-1300. So with that, we can open up for questions. And we also have Sean here from the library in case anyone has library questions. Awesome. If not, I believe we'll be taking a sneak peek at the art, and usually some folks in the media are able to take some footage and check it out with us as well, as we want to just set people up for the opening of this exhibit, which will be this weekend. Thank you all.